Very good evening, friends. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. Today, on 5th January 2021, we are shooting this video. But before I continue, let me remind you that, like any other YouTube videos, our YouTube videos also having a dialog box. In this dialog box, more than I think 35 free groups and other respective links are shared, as YouTube is permitting us only 5,000 words. So at the top, we have shared a universal link. If you click the universal link, you would be reaching to the other free groups also. More importantly, our news desk is running. Around 175 members already opted for news desk, wherein we are sharing the news plus analysis, which will help you to make your decisions better. Our Sheetal Academy, 13 different schools of Sheetal Academy, our upcoming FX lab, our video trainings, our audio trainings, and many more products are live. You're welcome to WhatsApp at 9818485155, which is +919818485155 to get more information. Treasury Consulting always believe in research, but not a paid research. When I shot a video that several videos on Indian stocks, people came in public domain and many people appreciated also, they got benefited out of that. And nowadays, as markets are very closer to crash, Scotland already said that a full-scale lockdown is there. London also have full-scale lockdown. Unfortunately, there is a negative news which is coming about Jack Ma, that from the last 2 months, Jack Ma is not in the public space. I really like him. He always having laugh and smile on his face. Very great human being. Man who started from a very modest genre and reach here. And he always in public space, but not sure why in the last 2 months he's not in public space. But we understand that there are some discomforts between him and Chinese government. And now UK scientists made it clear that they are not sure that the mutant they got in South Africa can be resolved via the current vaccine which we are having. And there are lots and lots of negative news which we are having on Google. That's a separate thing, that Indian media is completely indifferent from these news and pushing the retail investors to invest in this market. And I'm sure that many retail investors must be investing in this market. And when the boom happen, they will feel, oh my God, what we did. Because one thing is sure, that after Scotland and London, I don't know how many of you know, understand that basically England is divided into 4 parts. One is London, one is Scotland, one is Ireland, and one is Wales. After Scotland and London, the next on the target is definitely the Ireland and the Wales. More importantly, I will not be surprised that if other European countries like Germany, France, Portugal, Italy, Greece, Denmark, Sweden, and different Luxembourg, Frankfurt, and all, they will go ahead with the lockdown. Because the situation here is also alarming. Like in one of the articles which I was reading on a newspaper, this mutant which the world got in UK is spreading very fast in Europe. And in fact, one of my very good friends in London sent me a kind of screenshot today on WhatsApp, and it was like the London and Scotland hospitals are 100% full, 100% full. And this is one of the most important reasons why British and Scottish governments have decided to go ahead with a full-scale lockdown. And this is really scary for me, to be very honest. And this full scale lockdown might be costing 4.5% of the GDP. This news we have in the public domain in UK. I'm not sure whether this 4.5 would revise, but I'm sure that the number is really small as of now. And by the way, UK situation right now is pretty bad when it comes to unemployment, when it comes to business environment, when it comes to business confidence, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to foreign direct investment, and unfortunately the virus. The situation is really tricky for United Kingdom. Henceforth, we really need to understand this situation really very well, and we need to have an open mindset while understanding this situation. I know the media is like Amir Khan of Three Idiots, whereby he always used to say all is well, and media is like this, all is well, all is well. I'm sure that, like today, let's take a very simplistic example. I was reviewing the information about Zomato in the public space that came in public space, and the revenue of the Zomato grew by around 98% compared to last year. But if you look at the losses, I'm not telling you losses right now here because it is there in the public domain. You go to Google and check it out. But if you look at losses, guys, you will get to know, can a loss-making company be a unicorn? Substantial losses. And Zomato himself made it clear that in the first half of 2021, they are planning to have an initial public offering in India. This is what they are saying. But according to me, it is not initial public offering. It is secondary offering, initial public offering. Like on the YouTube, I told you, secondary offering initial public means that the private equity player is quitting the market. I'm sure. But when the appropriate time will come, we definitely get to know more about that. You know that I believe in research. I read business newspapers, articles, magazines, Thomson Reuters, Bloomberg TV, keep myself active in all these spaces, try to gather maximum information. Not like a Hindi media or a paid media who is asked or paid to do something. And nowadays, I'm doing my research on NBFC stocks, which is non-banking financial corporation stock. By the way, before I continue, let me tell you that it is not about India. I'm doing across the globe. But specifically shooting for India, we understand that the non-banking financial sector is facing a hell lot of issue. Different credit rating agencies, India-based and non-India-based, they issue time-to-time warning that once this so-called COVID-19 is over, by the way, there is no scene which we can see. Once this COVID-19 is over, we will see a substantial rise in the non-performing assets of banks and NBFCs. And Supreme Court of India till now yet to take the final decision about the moratorium case. And when Supreme Court will take the final decision, then the NPA cap will open and then you see the real mess up. But I'm sure that Indian operators are ready with their plans, like they are least bothered where would be the judgment. They will definitely have market on the higher side. If retail investor is losing, let it be. And according to one of the statistics that Indian non-banking financial corporations need to pay around 1.5 trillion INR, which is around 1,50,000 crores worth of funding they need to be repay, which just means their payment very soon. From where they would be arranging 1.5 trillion, that is a big number for me, especially in the current markets. Keeping this as a whole backdrop, I got a very great article, which is that Indostar Capital Finance, a non-banking financial company, is exiting the corporate lending business after facing difficulty in raising funds. I'm not giving any comment on that. I understand in this current market, it is difficult to raise funds, and especially when you know that the funds which you are raising, the high probability is that it will go to the loss side because of the NPAs. Currently, the financier has a loan book of around 10,000 crores. It will only focus on the retail loans once it has whittled down its corporate book to zero. the decision to wind down the corporate lending and the structured finance business, which was originally started with, comes in the wake of ILFS, which is Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Services Crisis. The shadow bank has already brought down the corporate book portfolio from 6,000 crores in the financial year 18 to below 3,000 crores this financial year. The plan to bring down to zero over the next 12 to 18 months. The corporate loan portfolio contributed around 435 crores of profit before tax, so on and so forth. Apart from this, the moratorium related provisions, we also make an extra provision of 1,000 crores towards COVID-19, taking our PCR, which is provision coverage ratio, to 95%. This is really very high. Provision coverage ratio of 95% is really very high. Question is not about Indostar. Question is that Indostar came in public domain. Like I always said that when it comes to job losses, there are two kind of companies. One, who came in public domain and said that and have guts and say that HSBC, guys, we are changing our business model. There are some changes in our business model. You wanted to criticize us, let it be, but 35,000 jobs at stake. Singapore Airlines, guys, we are having an issue. 4,300 jobs on the radar. Cathay, guys, you know the issue, 6,000 jobs on the radar. Walt Disney, guys, 32,000 jobs. They are those people have guts, came in public domain and say that these job losses are there. There are thousands of companies in the world who, without saying a single line, cut the jobs. Indostar came in public domain and like these people said that we are cutting the corporate loan book. But I'm sure that there are many non-banking financial corporations we have in India. Without saying this, they are cutting the loan book. And after reading this article, without quoting the name, I went through 3 or 5 non-banking financial corporations' financial statement. And I was trying to notice their retail loan book. In some cases, I got the data. In some cases, I not got the data. But I got something which I cannot let you know on this video. And I hope you got my point. Non-banking financial sector, non-banking financial corporation quitting, either from corporate loan book or from retail loan book, is not a conducive news for a financial sector. Whether it is India, Singapore, US, Europe, any financial sector, it doesn't make any difference. And if this trend would continue, which I'm sure, because the situation is really out of control now, and especially after London lockdown, Scotland lockdown, and as far as the public figure is concerned, more than 58 cases are active in India covering the new mutant. This is public information. And as we speak, the World Health Organization website regarding coronavirus is around 84 million or very close to 84 million. And by the way, this 84 million is a public statistics. God knows. You understand? Situation is really tough. And I think that it is really tough for a retail investor to make a portfolio, especially banking and non-banking financial corporation. I know that these things, I have never seen this issue highlighted in the media. I have not seen a single debate on a business channel covering this issue. And retail investors themselves do not know. They also do not want it to know. You know, in YouTube, you have a kind of category, which is the 4th category people in the world. Number 1, 4th is you do not know and you do not want it to know. And this is one of the reasons like people always prefer those videos who have graphics and all but no content. And I'm telling you that this way, I'm not sure whether Indostar would be able to achieve this or not. Only time will tell. My best wishes to Indostar, but I understand that raising funding is definitely a big issue in the current market. I really understand that. Moratorium, is still pending. Time will tell how this shapes up. But having said that, one thing I'm sure that non-banking financial corporation, the way it is moving and basically the direction in which it is moving, I really don't think it is conducive direction. As a retail investor, maybe institutional investor, maybe a big investor, you need to be very careful about making your portfolio in NBFC. And to conclude the video, I even cannot tell you that if you get any NBFC at intrinsic value, you should buy. No. Intrinsic value is possible. This logic of buying a stock at intrinsic value is possible provided the sector is in the best wishes, like IT, cement, pharma. But when the sector as a whole is not in the best wishes, the logic of having intrinsic value, I really don't think it is there. I tried to let you know many things. The people who have ability of read between the lines, they get more what I wanted to convey. This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp, our back office WhatsApp, +91 9818485155. But we are having habit of evaluating every information in a detailed manner. This is all from Treasury Consulting. Have a great time ahead, sir.